defense, where do you feel like you've improved the most since maybe at the start of the conference season or just the start of the season in general?
Where I improved the most, I think I've grabbed onto my defense more and taken that role as a more serious role because with defense comes offense, so I don't really worry about offense too much. And Coach Mill is a defensive type of guy, so if he sees you giving it all on defense and playing your all and your heart out, he'll be fine with what you do on the other end of the court.
Do you feel like some of these games where, you either, like Lowry's been in foul trouble or a little bit off, do you feel any more pressure on you to make things happen or confidence that you can, give whatever's needed to, does that change?
I wouldn't say I feel more pressure. I think I just have to take advantage of those opportunities and embrace that moment and just give more, knowing that I might have to play more than usual. And if not, still give it my all, really. Nothing really changes.
Off the court, away from McHale, either in practice or otherwise, what's the dynamic like between you, Dusan, and Lowry?
We're all super close. We all hang out when we go to eat and stuff, and we all live in the same area, so we still see each other. We keep in touch. We talk, help each other out, like with plays or defensive things, just really basketball in general.
So how often is basketball the center of conversation for you three?
Not all the time, but it's a good portion of our conversation. We always try to help each other improve in different aspects or areas of our game, however we can.
Is there one thing in particular that either Dusan or Lowry has told you that cued you in on something that helped improve? Or
Yeah, Dusan, earlier in the season, I would always get a travel call when I was dribbling towards our point guard dribble handoff, and he said, "You're not really trying to make a move or attack, so just take that dribble ahead time before you even step, just so you don't have to worry about it." And since then, I haven't had that call since, so that made a big difference.
Do you feel like between those two guys and then with Caleb last year, practices sometimes are tougher than games? I mean, you're going to get some really big guys who are pretty super talented too, I don't know, what has that been like, and do you feel like that's...
I think playing against Caleb last year was a big upside because it helped me change my mindset and showed me how much I have to grow and develop to be able to play this game, showing what guys are, how physical they can be and capable they are becoming. Yeah. So it just helped me grow as a player and mentally. So this year it's become easier. It's still a battle every day in practice with Dusan and Lowry, but it made it easier up to this point.
so was the physicalness the biggest thing you took away from Caleb?
Yeah, that physical mindset and he just knew the game. It was just, he knew how to set you up to where if you did one thing, he had you the other way, and he always had that option of how to get to the basket or get open and make his job easier.
So has there been anything specifically with Lowry or Dusan that you kind of picked up on, or that it's because you've had to face them, maybe sharpened up a little bit for you?
Yeah, with Dusan early on, it was more of that. He's a real finesse player. He has that great touch around the rim, so you had to figure out when to go for a shot blocker attempt or when to wall up with him, because otherwise he'd just shoot it over if you just went too soon. With Lowry, he can play inside and out, so you had to realize you couldn't just sag off, because then he'd just shoot a three, which he was easily capable of. And if you were inside and you didn't really expect it, he might catch you off guard and just get an easy post up on you.
If you were to turn that around, what do you think they'd say facing you that they've taken away?
Probably my motor and just how aggressive I am around the rim and inside, and just physical, really.
What's the toughest part for you physically on these long road trips when you have to fly all the way to Seattle, fly all the way to Washington State?
You said physically?
Yeah.
Probably just that after that first game, because afterwards that you have that day in between where you gotta go practice, and you're ready to practice and get ready for the second game, but at the same time, your body's starting to wear down already quicker than you think it would. And since we're further in the season, it's more and more as time goes on.
What did you think about that last year? I think it was Washington State first, and you bust down there for the game, and then you bust down to a plane at midnight and fly to Seattle. What was that whole like, and is that like no big deal, or does that seem kind of tough to recover from in some ways?
I don't think it was really a big deal. It was actually easier because you don't have to sit there and wait at the airport all day. You just go to the bus, go to the plane, get on, go to the next hotel, and you're already there resting instead of having to kill the extra time waiting for the plane and all that other stuff.
And shooting in Spokane and driving down, does that make any difference? Or are you one of those guys you like to shoot at the same place you're going to play the game that night, or does it matter?
No, it doesn't really matter for me as long as I'm getting my shots up ahead of time and just getting war ready and getting my mindset right for the game. It could be 5 minutes from the gym or an hour 50. It wouldn't really matter for me.
When you're on the bus ride to Washington State, you got about, what, an hour and a half. Do you guys watch film, sleep, listen to music? What kind of stuff?
Um,
What? Yeah.
Some people sleep. Most of us listen to music, but if the coaches have to, they sometimes show certain players film on certain players or just plays in the game to get us ready and let us know ahead of time what we have to watch out for.
So how are you doing? How are you and the guys doing? I mean, the coach was saying after Saturday's game, he thought you need a couple days rest because it's just been so hectic. But on the other hand, you got to get ready for this trip. How do you think everyone's doing physically?
I think guys on our team are starting to feel it as time goes on, but coach knows what he's doing to what's best for the team, so he's not gonna just kill us and just not have us be ready and physically or our legs there for the next game. So I think he'll handle it the right way.
You said you're close to Lowry. Have you noticed that he's been a little down or frustrated right now because he hasn't played that well in the last couple of games?
Yeah, whenever I see him during the game, before, even just like today when I saw him, I just talk to him, make sure his head's in the right place, make sure he just stays locked in and focused, because I tell him that every game is not going to be your game, but even if it's not, you just got to do the best that you can while you're in that moment and just take advantage of the next one when it comes around.
How does he respond to you?
He understands what I'm saying and agrees with me, and I think he gets what I'm saying. Larry's a tough guy, tough kid who has that mindset already. He just gets on himself more than I think the coach and players do, so you have to just kind of keep his mind in the right place.
Can you visibly see maybe him being down or on himself, or is he more even keeled and you have to talk to him?
He's more even, but you can see it here and there. Like he might drop his head for a half a second or just kind of, you can see it in his facial expressions, but he doesn't just hold it on his shoulders where everyone can just look at it.
Well, is there anything maybe this has more to do with the guards, but as far as what you guys are doing, especially against zones with Lowry and getting him good shots, I mean, do you think there's anything you guys could do better to help him get get the ball in the right place?
Yeah, the coaching staff is realizing that every team is most likely going to play zone against us at first until we pull them out of it. So that's all we're doing. We just work on our zone offense a lot to get everyone in the right positions and acclimated and figure out how to get the best shot for everyone on the team, including Lowry.
What's your role in the zone offense?
Just to be a physical presence in the paint. When the ball is at the top of the key, kind of sit behind the zone. Maybe they'll push up and I'll be open for a back door. If the ball's on my side, post the center or screen in the outside man for the corner man to get open shot.
At this point, are you, with two more possible zone teams you're going to see this week, are you pretty much, is the scout team throwing you a zone like almost all the time in practice? Or, have you done anything different because, I guess, to prepare with the way teams are going at you like that?
No, we go through zone each practice, but we still do man too just in case, because we already know teams are going to still play man against us, so we go over both. But mans are more, how would I say, the one we look at more than zone.
You've seen a bunch of different zones. You've seen 3-2, a 2-3, a matchup zone, all sorts. Which one do you think is the toughest to play against for you guys?
I wouldn't say any of them are tougher than others. It's just all based on how we play against it. Really, sometimes we have those moments in our where we just attack it every play, every moment, and then sometimes we become more passive in general and start forgetting what to do exactly against the zone to just make the game easier for us.
Have you guys gotten better at recognizing when a team switches defenses on you?
Yeah, coach shows us film about that, so we're starting to get a better understanding in general for if they're going from a matchup zone straight to a man or a man into a zone. We can see it more now, and the coaches don't really have to tell us as much. They'll still let us know, but we can see it without their help as much.
AP has Arizona, UCLA, Oregon, 5, 6, 7. What do you think about that?
That's what they have them as. All we can do is just keep playing and show them everybody what our team has to offer and where we should be. We just have to hold that chip on our shoulder and take it and just show them that we should be in that top 5, number 1, number 2, 3.
Does that seem about right? Those 3 rankings for those 3 teams?
I can't really say if that's what they have them as, and that's what it really is. I can't say much on that.
Coach said that if you guys can rebound the way you did against Cal on Saturday, that you should be able to do it against other teams. What's the key to being more consistent, just controlling the glass?
I think it's just more so our mindset. We just have to hone in on that. If we just control the glass and the boards, then the game will be ours because we have the bigger, stronger, dominant team. We just don't always use that to our advantage. So I think once we start doing it like we did against Cal, it'll make the game easier for everybody.
You said you don't always use it to your advantage. Why do you think that is?
I can't say exactly. I just see sometimes we take plays off, including me, because if we wanted to, we could just get all the rebounds, but I think we have to get back to that because we were doing that at first, and then we started dropping off. I don't know what happened, including me, but coach has been emphasizing rebounding, blocking out, and offensive rebound a lot, and now our bigs and our team in general is locking more in back on that.
So the difference between Stanford and Cal, Stanford were like with 12 offensive board. Mentality, a lot of that, or what was the difference? I mean, you guys were a lot different on Saturday.
I just think Stanford woke us up when coach talked to us. They had 12 offensive rebounds between 2 guys. That just let us know that we weren't playing as hard as we honestly could have, because 12 offensive rebounds for any team is a lot in general. So I think once that happened, I woke everybody on our team up, including our bigs, and we just told ourselves, okay, we got to change something, because if we keep doing this, we're going to start losing, and we can't have that happen.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.